Hello and welcome to South First. I am Anusha Ravisood and you're watching State of Play, our daily roundup of all things politics, policy and human interest. The BJP might be doing all it can and going all out to woo the Christian community in poll-bound Kerala, but the same BJP in Chhattisgarh, BJP-ruled Chhattisgarh, witnessed the arrest of two nuns, both from Kerala, two Malayali nuns, on charges of human trafficking. Had it been just another case of crime, things would have been different. But this was a case of intervention by right-wing activists of the Bajrang Dal who intercepted these nuns, accused them of carrying out human trafficking and forced conversion with no basis of these charges whatsoever. But what has really riled up the Christian community across the country, especially in Kerala, is the fact that the police seemed to be complicit with the Bajrang Dal workers who were intimidating, harassing these nuns at the Durg railway station in Chhattisgarh. The arrest of two nuns from Chhattisgarh railway station has created a huge ruckus in Kerala, with MPs from the state making it a point to take it up in the parliament, while Kerala's Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has written to Prime Minister Narendra Modi seeking the union government's intervention to not just rein in the Chhattisgarh government that is going after what several Christian organizations in Kerala as well as political leaders have called religious persecution, but also to ensure that nuns are released at the earliest. For the BJP, that is vying for at least a third spot in Kerala's political fabric come Assembly elections 2026, the Christian vote is extremely crucial. Christians are traditionally seen as Congress voters, and the BJP for years now has been very insistently trying to woo Christian voters. In fact, an entire section of Christian community has been deemed Chris Sangis, which is a combination of the word Christian and Sangis. Sangis often refer to people who are supporters, hardcore supporters, ideological backers of the Sangh Parivar, of which the RSS is the ideological head and the BJP is the political arm. While the RSS has been pushing to make friends with the Christian community in Kerala, hoping to win them away from the Congress and vote for the BJP in the upcoming Kerala elections, the BJP-led government at the centre has been coming up with policies to help the rubber cultivation sector in Kerala, primarily owned by Christian communities. Meanwhile, leaders of the BJP have been very actively taking part in all movements, activism taken up by the community, whether it was even the Munambam issue where the Christian community was taking on a Muslim family or Muslim community over Waqf land. Throughout these attempts, Christians have been, or rather had been in Kerala, becoming warmer to the BJP. In fact, expressing openly their dissent with the Congress for favoring Muslims, which is also a community that is exponentially influential in Kerala's political stage. Even in very recently held bypolls, the Congress was often accused of favoring the Muslim community much more than the Christian community, and the Congress sought to correct this perception by making Sonny Joseph its president of the state unit in an attempt to woo the Christian community. Nonetheless, even as the tug of war between the BJP and the Congress continues for the Christian vote, this incident of two nuns being arrested in BJP-ruled Chhattisgarh has come as a deterrent to the BJP's attempts to get closer to the church and has come as an ammo for the Congress to highlight what it has been saying all along, that the BJP is essentially a party that will go after all minorities. This is what has happened in Chhattisgarh. On Friday, two nuns, Christian nuns, Sister Vandana Francis from Talaseri in Kerala and Sister Preeti Mary from Angamalli, both members of Sisters of Mary Immaculate of Assisi, were arrested. But they were not simply arrested. Even before they were arrested, they were harassed, intimidated, accused of human trafficking and forced conversion, not by the police, but by members of the Bajrang Dal. It's not just Christian communities that have condemned the kind of what they deem are drummed up charges against these two sisters, these two nuns, but also political parties, both the CPIM and the Congress leaders. In fact, IUML, the Indian Union Muslim League's state president Sadiq Ali Shibab Tangal, also condemned the arrest, calling it a serious attack on religious freedom and a violation of constitutional rights. Here is a scenario where two otherwise at loggerheads communities in Kerala, the Christian community and the Muslim communities, coming together to condemn an incident of two Christian nuns being arrested in BJP-ruled Chhattisgarh. Very quickly, leaders from Kerala started writing to leaders in Chhattisgarh as well as the union government. In fact, the Congress's General Secretary of Organization, K.C. Venugopal, and he wrote to the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, Vishnu Diosai, clarifying that the nuns who work at a hospital in Agra were in Durg in Chhattisgarh to assist three women with employment. What happened then was these two sisters who were working in Uttar Pradesh had come to Durg to take care of, or rather receive, three girls all aged between 18 to 19 who were arriving to get jobs at the same hospital where these nuns are working. In fact, when these nuns were intercepted at the Durg railway station and questioned about what they were doing, receiving these three girls who were coming in, they in fact told Bajrang Dal workers that they had written consent from the parents of the three girls who were traveling on their own volition. They were coming to the hospital looking for employment, looking for jobs. Despite a written parental consent of the three girls who these nuns were receiving, they were arrested on charges of human trafficking and forced conversion. It was not just leaders of the Congress who wrote to leaders in Chhattisgarh, including the Chief Minister, but also the Chief Minister of Kerala, Pinarayi Vijayan, wrote to Prime Minister Narendra Modi about this incident. In his letter, he stressed upon the seriousness of this incident and the impact that it is having back home in Kerala. Both these nuns are Malayalis. He also said, Pinarayi Vijayan in his letter also insisted that the Prime Minister, the Union government, intervene and ensure the release of these two nuns. In a detailed copy, my colleague Sri Lakshmi has written about how 834 reported incidences of violence have been witnessed in Chhattisgarh in 2024 alone, and this number has risen from just about 127 in 2014. What made matters worse is footage of Bajrang Dal activists intimidating, harassing these nuns, not listening to what they had to say, and the police was very much present at the venue, which has raised concerns over whether these hooligans of Bajrang Dal were working in tandem with the police, if the police was complicit in this entire scenario. Why then did the police not intervene and allow hooligans of Bajrang Dal to intimidate, harass nuns from Kerala? Not only did these Bajrang Dal workers intimidate and harass these Christian nuns, they also went through their belongings, all of it, in front of the police. What law allows for these men to go through the personal belongings of another person is something that Chhattisgarh police will have to answer. The incident has sparked massive outrage. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of India has condemned the arrest, calling the charges fabricated, accusing the right-wing group of orchestrating this entire incident. They have also urged Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah to act against rising attacks on Christians across the country. The Congress, that is very, very keen on utilizing the anti-incumbency wave against the Pinarayi Vijayan-led left government, the LDF government in Kerala, is very keen on keeping a hold on its Christian vote bank, not wanting to lose any of its Christian vote bank, which is extremely crucial for the party's victory in several districts of Kerala. This incident has definitely come as ammo, and the leaders of the Congress in Kerala are not willing to let this go. In fact, the leader of the opposition in Kerala Assembly, V.D. Satishan, insisted that this incident was just a part of a larger pattern of Sangh Parivar hypocrisy. Wolves in sheep's clothing is how he described this entire incident. Like I said, for months now, for years now, in fact, the BJP has been attempting its way to woo Christians in Kerala, pitting them against the Congress, which is seen as a party that has traditionally benefited out of the Christian vote, by painting the Congress as a party that only sides with Muslims. Even as several leaders in the Congress and the left parties of Kerala have pointed to how not just in Kerala, not because the BJP is not in power in Kerala, but in other parts of the country where the BJP is in power, members of the Sangh Parivar, including the BJP, have often been accused of religious persecution of minorities, including Christians. Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh have often been given as examples of how Christians are targeted over allegations, false allegations, according to what the community says, or the politicians of non-BJP parties in Kerala say. Often Christian community leaders, its priests, its followers are often accused of conversion, falsely accused of human trafficking, and this arrest of the two nuns from Chhattisgarh has simply cemented their criticism. The BJP is in a lot of trouble in Kerala, with the church uniting to condemn the arrest of two Christian nuns. Until I come back to you with yet another episode of State of Play, do stay tuned to South First. Thank you so much for watching.